At the break of dawn, the South China Sea is shrouded in a silvery mist. Suddenly, sharp outlines emerge, Philippine Navy vessels slicing through the waters, intent on their mission. On the horizon, hulking Chinese Coast Guard ships loom, blocking their path. The radios crackle with tense voices, each side declaring their claims, each wave a boundary no one wants to cross. Searchlights dance across the waves as the sun rises. The Philippine captain stands firm, binoculars raised. His crew holds steady, hearts pounding, eyes trained on the foreign vessels shadowing their every move. Reporters grip cameras and notebooks, capturing every second. Around them, the roar of engines and the blare of warning horns make the morning air electric. This is not just another day at sea, it is a front line, a silent showdown where every maneuver has meaning. The risk is real. The world watches, wondering how close these ships may come before words turn into something more dangerous. In this tense standoff, Pag-asa Island waits just beyond the horizon, a small patch of hope and home, bracing itself as the next chapter in a long struggle unfolds. Aboard the Philippine ship, sailors move with practiced urgency. Their uniforms are crisp, but fatigue lines their faces. Each knows the stakes. They check equipment, man radios, and scan the waves for any sign of trouble. They are ready, but they are also human. Nervous, determined, and proud. The captain, calm yet alert, issues steady orders. His voice cuts through the tension, giving direction and reassurance. He reminds his crew, every supply run matters. Every Philippine flag flown sends a message. We are home. And we will not back down, he says, the message clear in his gaze. Journalists, invited on board for this high-stakes journey, cling to their notepads and recorders. They whisper, sharing rumors of past confrontations, the ghostly memory of water cannons and ramming incidents still fresh. Their presence makes every action more significant, every decision more visible to the watching world. As the ships draw closer to Pag-asa, anticipation grows. Each person on board knows that history is being written, not with ink, but with courage and resolve under a rising sun. Pag-asa Island appears as a green and sandy dot in the vast blue sea. Unlike many outposts in these contested waters, Pag-asa is a real island, formed by nature, not dredgers. Palms and mangrove thickets line its shores. The salty air carries the sound of children's laughter and roosters crowing. It sits well within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. This is not a barren rock or empty reef. About 200 Filipinos live here. Fishermen, teachers, government workers, their families, and a small but steady military presence. They tend small gardens, raise chickens, and repair homes battered by storms. Life is humble but hopeful. There is a school, a health clinic, and a municipal hall. The church bell rings each Sunday. On the runway, supply planes bring food, medicines, and news from the mainland. The Philippine flag flutters from a sturdy pole visible from the sea. Pag-asa is more than a point on a map. It is a living community, rooted in the land and the law, showing the world that Filipinos endure, even on the edge of uncertainty. Pag-asa is not like the artificial islands built by China. It is a naturally formed island with real soil and fresh water. Under international law, this gives the Philippines powerful rights. The island can sustain human life. It is not just a military outpost, it is a home. This matters because international law, especially the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, recognizes natural islands as the basis for maritime claims. From Pag-asa, the Philippines can claim a wide stretch of surrounding waters. 12 nautical miles of territorial sea, and more within its exclusive economic zone. These waters are rich in fish, oil, and gas. Strategically, Pag-asa is a vital watchtower in the Spratly Islands. It is closer to the Philippine mainland than to any other country. Holding Pag-asa means protecting the westward gateway of the nation. It allows the Philippines to monitor shipping lanes, guard resources, and challenge the expansion of foreign outposts. For the Philippines, Pag-asa is proof of presence, proof of sovereignty, proof that law and life, not sand and steel, are the true foundation of the nation's claim. The Spratly Islands are a tangled web of claims. 6 nations, China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, all say they own parts of this region. Each has built their own outposts or stationed troops. The prize? Well, it's control over waters that are rich in fish, oil, and gas. Pag-asa stands out. It is openly governed by civilians, not just soldiers. It has a real community, not just bunkers and radar dishes. Other claimants build up reefs or rocks with concrete and steel. But Pag-asa grows with gardens, schools, and families. The rivalries in these waters are fierce. China's 9-line cuts deep into the EEZs of its neighbors, claiming almost the entire South China Sea. Vietnam and Malaysia have fortified their own islets nearby. Tiny features become flashpoints. Every new structure, every patrol adds tension. For the Philippines, holding Pag-asa is not just about territory, it is about the right to live, fish, and dream in their own waters. It is about resisting the slow erosion of sovereignty by bigger, louder powers. In 2016, an international tribunal in The Hague delivered a landmark verdict. The judges ruled that China's 9-line had no legal basis. They affirmed that features like Pag-asa belonged within the Philippines' EEZ. The decision was clear. The sea does not belong to those who build the most, but to those with the rightful claim. China rejected the ruling. Since then, its ships have grown bolder. They shadow Philippine vessels, build airstrips on reefs, and warn others away with water cannons and loudspeakers. The world condemns these moves, but on the waves, might still challenge is right. The Hague ruling gave hope to smaller nations. It showed that international law could stand up to bullying. Yet, without enforcement, the decision feels fragile. Each time Philippine ships are blocked, each time supplies are delayed, the rule of law is tested, again and again. Pag-asa becomes the test, not just for the Philippines, but for the world's promise that law can protect the weak and restrain the strong. Every dawn, Pag-asa's residents rise to a sky filled with promise and threat. Children walk to class along sandy paths. Their teachers lead lessons under open windows, the sea breeze carrying songs and the distant sound of engines. The local clinic cares for mothers and fishermen, bandaging wounds and sharing news of the mainland. Soldiers and civilians eat together, sharing fresh fish and vegetables from backyard gardens. They repair roofs after storms and mend radio towers battered by salt and wind. The community is small, but their bond is strong, like a family at the edge of the world. Every supply run is a lifeline. When food and medicine arrive, the whole island gathers to unload boxes and greet the crew. Each Philippine flag-raising ceremony becomes a celebration of unity. It is a simple act, yet full of meaning. We are here. We are Filipinos. Through typhoons, shortages, and threats from the sea, Pag-asa's people endure. Their hope is planted, just like their gardens, growing stronger with every new day. Pag-asa is not just a local story, it is a stage where world powers collide. The United States, an ally of the Philippines, sends ships and jets on freedom of navigation patrols. China answers with its own fleets. At times, other nations like Australia and Japan join in, showing support for international law. The risk of miscalculation is high. A wrong move, a misunderstood signal, and the standoff could become a crisis. The world's busiest shipping lanes cut through these waters. Billions in trade pass close by every year. Any conflict here could shake the global economy. For the people of Pag-asa, these distant dramas feel close and personal. Fighter jets thunder overhead. Warships anchor near their fishing grounds. The island's fate is linked to decisions made in Beijing, Washington, and Manila. Yet, on the ground, the message remains the same. The people of Pag-asa stand their ground, hoping the world remembers what is at stake. Amid the tension, life on Pag-asa is changing. The government has invested in new projects, a longer runway for planes, a solar power plant, and a modern school building. Homes are being repaired and roads improved. A new water system promises cleaner, safer drinking water for all. These upgrades are more than just comforts. They are a statement. Pag-asa is not temporary. It is a home, a town, a part of the nation's heart. Each new structure, each planted tree, is a pledge that the Philippines will not be pushed aside. Children now play basketball on a concrete court. Fishermen use better boats and radios. The town celebrates fiestas and holidays, inviting visiting officials and reporters to join. The Philippine flag is brighter. The national anthem rings louder. Through storms and standoffs, Pag-asa grows. It is a living proof that life, not just conflict, can flourish on the front line. Pag-asa may be small, but its voice is strong. Its survival is a test of principle. Can international law protect the weak, or will power decide who owns the sea? Each day that Pag-asa endures, the rules-based order gets a little stronger. For the Philippines, Pag-asa is a symbol of hope and courage. For Southeast Asia, it is a reminder that unity and resilience matter. For the world, it is a warning. If the law fails here, it can fail anywhere. Pag-asa's future is uncertain, but its message is clear. In the shadow of warships and the glare of headlines, ordinary people stand firm. They do not just claim the land, they live it, love it, and defend it. Their endurance lights the way for a world searching for justice on troubled seas.